I'm doing something I haven't done for a long time. I'm walking on the walking trail, except they've kind of expanded some of it. That had initially, I think back in the 80s, they had created it to be like a biking trail, walking trail, and it has this cute white fence. Although the last time when I used to ride my bike, I would always go on the portion that had not been completed yet. And now I want to attempt to see. It's really windy. Of course it's windy. It's Southern California. Why would it not be windy? I want to see if I want to cross the street. Okay, look, the palm trees. Look, I am windy, but it was sunny earlier. Who knows? I want to talk a little bit about rage baiting, but also as it pertains to our genre, or the genre that people might engage in here, the long hair community. Because I did a live stream the other day where I said I don't want to react to things people do, which is true. I really don't want to react to like negativity or just comments that are provoking. Okay, so, and I'm not saying I'm never going to react, like I do sometimes, but I've been trying to minimize it, just because I feel like for me, okay, so this is a little bit of a look at California flora and fauna. We have like different types of sunflowers, 2 different types of sunflowers right here. I like those little ones, but I love these sunflowers. A lot of people consider those weeds, but I love them. I love our little California sunflowers. Oh, and here is the irrigation for the Santa Ana Trail. I mean, if it rains, it's more spectacular. But anyway, I like walking back here. I haven't walked this portion before, so I walked the other portions. So anyway, I want to talk about the whole rage baiting thing. So I had not known what the term was for, like, okay, you see certain kinds of videos on the internet and you're like, that doesn't really make any sense. I think some rage baiting is innocuous, and it might just be a creator's way to deal with negativity. Because I was watching this video where this woman was talking about how influencers sometimes accidentally stumble upon rage baiting. And for example, there was one lady who was making sourdough ice cream sandwiches, and I thought, is this a thing? Because she was saying how the sourdough for the ice cream sandwich was gut healthy, but like she was cutting pieces of ice cream that were this big, and how could you even eat it? And it seemed kind of absurd, but I fell for it. Okay, I fell for it, and maybe that was her way of dealing with like people that can be hateful. I don't know. So anyway, how does rage baiting apply in the long hair community? Like, I'm not talking about just women or men that want to grow their hair long. When I'm talking about the long hair community, I'm talking about anybody that has an interest in long hair. I think there is one specific kind of rage baiting, and this term perfectly describes what I've been thinking for a very long time. It's the people that post these weird videos that like play into the hair cutting fetish. It's so weird because, first off, I've talked about before how I don't like the hair cutting fetish. I think it's very, very problematic. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you guys. So, with the hair cutting fetish, when Julia's walking, there's no interaction with chat. I talk a little bit. I try my best, okay? I'm not your so what was I gonna say? I talk a tiny bit. Let's see. Just little bits, not a lot. Yeah, I do. This is true. I agree. I don't know why it's not showing that. That was a fine comment. So, but this is my take on that whole genre. I think people sometimes are posting content to like feed those trolls. Like, I don't think that kind of content's good, by the way. Like, people who intentionally post things that are negative, I really don't like it. like the people that post things like, oh, the scissor cutting thing, like they pretend to cut their hair for views. Why are they doing that? Like, okay, because there are women that legitimately have long hair, and I think they're posting that content to get views. And this is how a lot of the algorithms being driven, that's very, very negative, is the rage baiting genre. So we need to think of why it's good not to play into the rage baiting. Like, I'm not saying you can never comment on things, but there's a lot of examples, like with these people that are posting content. And I think even guys, I'm not trying to get down on guys that have like these hair admiration accounts, but a lot of them want to post like cartoons or videos of women cutting their hair. And to me, I consider that violence against women, or anybody really, because it's not funny, it's not cute, it's not something you should be participating in. You know, it really isn't, in my opinion. I know some people think it's just so wonderful. I don't agree. I really don't agree. So if you want to post stuff like that, I kind of find it problematic, and I think you should find, I don't know if I want to cross the street here. So I think you should find a new hobby. Like, your hobbies might be problematic if that's the kind of stuff you want to post, like videos of women pretending to cut their hair. And yeah, it is. So I'm not saying people can't, yes, that's true. So I'm sorry if I can't see everything in the comments, but I am just talking a little bit. And also, I'm kind of mesmerized by the smell of the orange trees, because there's an orange field over there, and the palm trees, and talking. So there's a lot of sensory things going on. So what is going on here? All right, so my whole point is, I don't like that kind of rage baiting, like with the hair cutting, scissor fetishy thing. Weird. That stuff is weird. Like, why? Why do you want to build your audience? And there are women that are doing that, and I'm not going to react and I'm not going to comment on it, but if that's what it takes for you to go viral, is to pretend that you're cutting your hair to play into these hair fetishy guys, I don't like it. And you know, I don't really choose my videos, but lately I have just been kind of not responding to people that can't behave themselves in the commentary. And I don't know what meow means. There's no cat here. No cat, okay? No cats. So anyway, my whole thought is, why are we playing into this demographic? Why are women or men posting content to try and go viral that way? If you want to post a video, I feel like it should be sincere. It should be something that you actually care about. And that's one of the reasons I don't really cater to, oh, this is trending, and any kind of, well, it's a small community, yes, but I wanted to make this pertinent, okay? An example, because there are some videos like that. It might be a small community, but a lot of people will watch those videos and they will get views. Like, they will get pretty good views. And that's just an example, like with the hair community. With other communities, I guess I didn't know, like food waste. Okay, let's talk about the food waste one. Like, oh, I'm pretending to drink a gallon of coffee with a gallon of creamer. That might seem innocuous on like the surface. It might seem like, oh, they're just making a gallon coffee with creamer, but no, it's kind of like promoting food waste. I'm like, I don't know, why would people want that to be the way that they go viral? Or just like, I'm gonna put on 50 hats, or I'm gonna put on 500 layers of eyeshadow. Like, I don't know, a lot of these things, and then people get mad at them. And another thing I'm going to talk about is people's reaction to like rage baiting beyond the hair thing. Okay, so like, people post certain videos because they know these get reactions, and then people in the comments, like just videos, like commentary I'm seeing, is a lot of bullying. Like, I think people should be ashamed of themselves that they post bullying comments in the year 2024, like saying, oh, they don't like the way a particular woman speaks. Like, for instance, that would go back to, the sourdough, like, there's a lot of stuff back here. I didn't know it was this busy. Anyway, the sourdough ice cream sandwich lady, like, apparently a lot of people don't like the way she speaks. So they go on her videos just to write really trashy comments about the way she speaks. So she plays into that. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So to me, like, why would you be wanting to feed into that? But I don't know, maybe that's a way for her to get a larger audience or just other people. And there's also like this one hair lady where she has really beautiful hair, but I know some people just make really snide comments to her. So she kind of does these things that I think people think are ragey, and they're like, oh, she thinks she's better than everybody because she said this is the way to do your hair. But I think she's playing into rage baiting a little bit too, because it gets views. Like, if you say, oh, you can't brush your hair when it's wet, like, which, by the way, if your hair is wavy or curly, you have to comb it out when it's wet. If you did it when it was dry, that would not work. I know there's some people with curly hair that are saying that you can brush it when it's dry, but I don't agree with that, because I think most people will have difficulty. Like me, as a wavy hair person, I definitely have to brush my hair. What is your destination? I'm just walking home. I'm walking on a walking trail. I hadn't taken this part of it before. Oh, look. Because it rained today, some of the Santa Ana wash is a little bit full. This is just a walking trail. I'm going home. So, like, I live in a very walkable city, and I realized recently that the whole trail's done. Like, they'd been talking about it for years, since the 80s. It had been planned, set aside. Well, they're cutting down more orange trees. That breaks my heart. I don't know why they're cutting down all our orange trees. It's just so tragic, because it smells so lovely with the fragrance of the oranges, but they just keep cutting down more orange fields to build more warehouses. Do we really need that many warehouses? I don't think so, but I do see that they've cut down another one, and like, I'll see little bits of orange fields, but this whole thing right here was all orange fields. Well, I think if your hair is like slightly wavy, I don't know your texture, like, to me,
yellow lights are flashing.
I don't know if I want to cross. Oh, I don't know if I want to cross, because they're not stopping. Oh, golly. Okay. Yeah, so I made it. I don't like crossing there. Most people probably are thinking, no big deal, but yeah, I'm not in